All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, all praise, honor, and glory is to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much due honors and respect to all you brothers out there that's also laboring in this work. Continue to push out this gospel in all diligence, truth, faith, and sincerity. So this lesson is pretty much going to be dealing with the brothers amongst Great Millstone. All right, the brothers scattered abroad in these different churches, in these different camps, and the importance of taking heed to what the Spirit is saying. All right, or having the attributes of hearkening to the Spirit and discerning when the Spirit is actually speaking to you. Because in reality, for the men that's in these different camps, primarily here at Great Millstone, you got a front row seat to Yahweh Shai. All right, Yahweh Shai is constantly speaking to you, and at no point you should expect the Most High to give you some epiphany or come down here and deal with you face to face. All right, if you're in that spirit, then hey, just go join the Christian church, all right? So I just want to get right into it. This is the book of St. John, chapter 13, and verse 20. It says, Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that receiveth whomsoever I send receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. Right, and to receive something is to actually hearken to or digest the words that's presented to you. And that comes in the form of the men of the Lord, all right? Just like the apostle Taha put out the decree concerning 3 lessons a week. Well, if you receive that, then that means you receive Yahweh Shai. Because we all agree that Yahweh Shai sent the apostles. So if you digest and receive and hearken to that decree, then you receive Yahweh Shai, meaning you receive the Heavenly Father that sent Yahweh Shai. And that's the pecking order that the Lord chose to send certain things down the pipeline, all right? And all the time it's not going to be just a in-depth order, all right? Sometimes you have certain men that might say subtle little things to you. Brother might tell you, hey, you need to read this precept, or you need to check out, a certain book in the scriptures, go and research a certain thing, and you might overlook it and take it as a light thing or dismiss it, when in reality you dismissing the Spirit or dismissing what Yahweh Shai is telling you. All right, so you got to understand how to hearken and know when the Spirit is speaking. All right, now it's the book of Job, chapter 33 and verse 14. For the Most High speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth not. Right, so the reason why men don't perceive that the Most High is actually speaking to them, because they don't exercise the spiritual aspect of being in His truth. A lot of men is just not spiritual. And one of the ways of being spiritual is know what the Spirit is actually saying and how the Spirit is speaking to you. Because again, the Most High is not going to come down and deal with you Himself. He got certain men set up. For an example, I remember the Apostle Ramlad, he had advised me to do a certain video about a certain topic. He didn't come off as giving me an order. He was just like, hey, yo, brother, you should do a video on that, And the first thing that came to mind was the guy up in Washington, D.C., where he didn't hearken to the Apostle Gabar, when the Apostle Gabar told him to do a testimony about a certain situation he had. And what happened? Ultimately, the guy got put to death. So this is deadly serious. When certain men of the Lord tell you certain things, then you got to have a spiritual insight to understand that, hey, that's Yahweh Shai speaking, man. And again, it's not going to always be in the form of the apostles as well, because you got guys like this guy Element, you had the brothers in Dallas looking to reprove him about a certain thing, and his response was, well, just let the apostles tell me, let me hear it from the apostles, which that shows that that guy was not spiritual, all right? So even if it's men amongst your camp, all right, your head, second in command, whatever respective pecking order each camp is set up in each respective camp, when certain brothers tell you certain things, it's best to hearken to it. Now, you still got to have the spiritual discernment, because a brother might tell you something that's going off as well, all right? Ultimately, the Most High just got to be dealing with you, man. And that's the point of being in His truth, because one of the main reasons, or one of the main catalyst for a lot of guys that fall out of this truth is they don't receive or perceive, should I say, when the Spirit is speaking to them, man. All right? Because a lot of these fallouts, they main rallying cry is that whole man-pleasing topic, which that's a feeble attempt. That's just a cop-out, you know? That's just a weak excuse, man. That's a guy resorting to or reverting to just a worldly outlook on things. That's how niggas in the world look at things, man. That's that pride. That's that ego. Nevertheless, that's a lot of these guys' rallying cry. You know, when the whole campaign came out about man-pleasing. Why? Because they didn't understand that the Lord actually deals with men. He sent and he set up men to pretty much relay his message to you. And it's not going to always come in the form of reproof and rebuke, or you getting cursed out, or just orders, or you got certain taskmasters, if you will. You get certain tasks. It's not going to always come in that form. Why? Because the Most High is balanced. He also comforts you through men as well. All right? It's the book of St. John, 14th chapter and the 16th verse. It says, "And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever." And the comforter really is the Holy Spirit. All right? Let's read on, verse 17. "Even the Spirit of truth, of whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, but ye know him, for he dwelleth within you, and shall be in you. I will not leave you comfortless, I will come to you." Right? So is the Lord Yahushua coming to you like on a daily basis, a weekly basis? You know, a certain day you waiting on the Lord to come and give you comfort and words? No, it's going to come by way of his men. And again, it's not just going to be the apostles. And to even go further, it's not going to be men in your own camp. A lot of cases. It's going to be by way of these video epistles, which these videos is nothing more than epistles or letters to the churches. And I know that for a fact because just yesterday I was watching a brother video, and hey, in the spirit, I perceived that, look, the brother made that video for me, okay? He don't know it, but he made that video for me. I ran right across the video, I watched it, and it resonated with me, man, to the point where I examined a lot of things. I prayed to the Most High to strengthen me up, you know? So that's a form of the Lord actually comforting you, or the Lord actually speaking to you, or the Spirit speaking to the churches. But you got to be spiritual to understand or perceive what it's saying. You know, you got to know how to hearken and take heed to what the Spirit is saying to you, man. All right? So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't want to make this too long. Just wanted to go right to the point. You know, I hope it was edifying to the brothers, all right? And the fact that it's of great importance to understand, first and foremost, being amongst these different churches, these different camps, primarily here at Great Millstone, you basically got a front row seat to Yahushua. He's constantly speaking to you, man. He's constantly dealing with you. But you got to be spiritual about it and understand, you know, what the Lord is saying to you and how the Lord is speaking to you. And he's actually speaking to you through in the form of your camp head, your second in command, third in command, brothers in different camps, and ultimately the apostles. Okay? That's the way the Lord is actually speaking to us. So, with that, shalom.